The Studio Display XDR looked amazing on paper. Great brightness, incredible colors, mini LED, 120 Hz ProMotion, 5K resolution. It just sounded too good to be true. But as soon as I got it out of the box, set it up on my desk, I was a little bit underwhelmed. So in this video, we're going to talk about the things I liked about it and also the reasons why I decided I'm just going to return the Studio Display XDR. When Apple first launched the Studio Display XDR and the Studio Display, I was really surprised at the $3,300 price tag for the XDR. But when they lowered the price of the VESA monitor version, I thought this has got to be worth giving it a shot and testing it out. So I really wanted it to upgrade my setup to dual Thunderbolt 5 monitors. And I was planning on going to a dual Studio Display setup anyways, just because the macOS integration with adjusting brightness is too good. And they just look just as good as any other display I've tested on the market. I've tested some of the newer 6K 32-inch monitors. They're all nice, but the colors on them don't seem quite as accurate as the Apple ones right out of the box, and the Apple integration is just better on the Studio Display. So I was really excited for it. And Apple announced tons of upgraded features like improved speakers, better webcam, Thunderbolt 5 for daisy chaining, and it'll also still work with the older Thunderbolt 4 computers like the MacBook Air as well. And of course, you've got the great features like the macOS integration where you're able to adjust the brightness of the display using the keys on your keyboard, and also the speakers on these sound really good as well. And Apple has improved the quality of the webcam. I was very blown away by the webcam quality out of the Studio Display XDR. Here's a quick test of the Studio Display XDR webcam, and I actually have pretty minimal lighting on in here right now with the window open and just some ceiling light on. So I think this webcam is going to look about as good as the amount of light that you're able to put into it, but the microphone quality on it is not bad either. All of those features that were just improved are actually improved on the standard Studio Display as well. So it's kind of confusing because now they've got this 2026 Studio Display. There's the original Studio Display and there's the Studio Display XDR. Really, there's only a couple things that are better about the Studio Display XDR than the original Studio Display, namely the 120 Hz ProMotion, which just means the mouse moves across the screen smoother and interacting with the operating system feels a little bit more organic. But I think it didn't really bother me that much having 60 Hz in the first place. Really, the only people who have made me feel like 60 Hz aren't enough are the people commenting on the original Studio Display review I did, saying 60 Hz in 2025 or 2026 is unacceptable. So after getting the XDR, trying the 120 Hz, trying the ProMotion, it didn't really feel all that much smoother than the standard Studio Display because the color accuracy and the resolution is still so good on it. And that's the main thing that I need in a display. Also, the XDR does have improved brightness. You get 600 nits of brightness on the standard Studio Display. The XDR goes up to 1,000 nits for SDR content and 2,000 for HDR content. And of course, you get the HDR colors, which do look a little bit better, but after viewing different kinds of content on the internet, viewing my own videos side by side on the Studio Display monitor and the Studio Display XDR, I didn't feel like the improved picture quality was even very noticeable. The brightness is definitely there and you can crank the brightness on the XDR, but honestly, I found I didn't need the extra brightness out of the XDR. The HDR content definitely looks better, but I don't watch a lot of HDR content. And most of the time when I'm shooting, I'm not shooting in HDR anyway. So again, the HDR display didn't really bother me. The other thing that's really nice about the XDR that's not in the standard Studio Display is the fact that it's a mini LED panel with localized dimming zones, which just means the individual LEDs are actually able to be turned off, which makes blacks truly black because the LED is off, unlike the original Studio Display. And side by side, you can tell that the blacks on the Studio Display look a little bit more gray compared to the true black color on the XDR. But again, in a vacuum, it never bothered me on the original Studio Display in the first place. So after using the Studio Display XDR for a few days, I definitely noticed the improved colors. I definitely noticed the localized dimming zones, but to me, they didn't make a big enough difference to justify how much more expensive the XDR is than the standard Studio Display. And I think investing in a nice monitor is definitely worthwhile because you can keep the same monitor for 5, 7, 10 years, depending on the computers that you're running with it. I still have the original LG Ultrafine 5K display from about 10 years ago that I bought refurbished. It still works just fine. I still use it for some of my computer setups. But really, whenever you're going to buy one of the new Studio Displays, you need to ask a couple questions. The first question is, does 120 Hz matter to you? Because I decided for me, 120 Hz does not matter. Also, do you want to do a dual monitor setup? Because you can almost get two of the standard Studio Displays for the cost of one XDR. The standard studio display you can get either with the tilt adjustable stand, you can get the VESA mount, or you can get the height and tilt adjustable version. With the XDR, you can get the height and tilt, or you can get the VESA one, and there's a slight discount if you get the VESA stand. To me, I found I wanted to use two monitors anyways, and I didn't want to spend the money on two of the XDR displays to have them match, and I found after using it side by side with the newer Studio Display standard version, the standard version was more than enough for me, and I'd rather just buy a second one than actually get the XDR as one and the standard as another. The other question I'd ask you before you go to buy is, do you already have a Studio Display, and what are you trying to solve by upgrading? I still have the original. I was thinking about going the VESA mount option, and got to give a huge shout out to B&H for loaning me the Studio Display 2 VESA mount. It's been a lot of fun to test, but after testing both of these, I've decided I'm just going to return the XDR that I bought, send the VESA one back to B&H, and I'm going to keep using my original Studio Display. I'm going to buy a second Thunderbolt 5 Studio Display to use, because when I use the new Studio Display 2 by the original, the color quality on them still looks pretty much identical, and I wasn't really noticing a difference between them. The main upgrades with them that you will notice is the improved speaker quality, the improved webcam, the extra Thunderbolt port on the back for daisy chaining, and the fact that it has Thunderbolt 5 instead. One other thing a lot of people were upset with is the fact that the Studio Display XDR came in the 27-inch size instead of the 32-inch size. I've tested a couple of the newer 32-inch 6K displays recently from LG and Asus. Those were both nice and I liked them. For my desk setup, a 32-inch monitor was almost enough for me to be able to do everything I needed to do, but I still do prefer a dual setup, because if I'm running a live stream or if I'm editing content on one, I can monitor the stream and do other tasks off on a second monitor. For editing video, I really like to have the timeline on one screen, and I like to have the browser on the other. Sometimes I also leave notes up on a separate screen. So for me, a dual monitor setup is still better than having one giant 32-inch display, at least for the way I like to use the computer, and my desk would not be able to hold two 32-inch monitors very well. Also, another thing I discovered, this is super groundbreaking, but you can actually move the 27-inch monitors a little bit closer to you, and then you kind of feel like you've got a 32-inch monitor. So if you feel like the 27-inch is a little too small, you might just move it a little bit closer, like I tried with the VESA arms, and then I was actually pretty happy with the size of the 27-inch display. So I'm going to be sending the Studio Display XDR back. A little bummed about it. I was excited to try it out, but at the end of the day, I'm just too underwhelmed by it. The image quality is definitely there. It looks nice. The ProMotion is cool. To me, it's just not worth double the price. I would say the Studio Display XDR is for you if you just truly have to have the best of the best, if you have to have the 120 Hertz ProMotion, or if you're a high-end HDR colorist and HDR is very important to you. If none of these are true and you just want the great macOS integration, awesome built-in speakers, and the one cable connectivity to power your laptop or to just plug it into your Mac Studio or your Mac Mini, the standard Studio Display is still going to be a great option for you. So what do you think? Would you buy the XDR or the standard? Or do you think I'm completely wrong? If so, let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear what you think. Like this video, subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on any upcoming content. And again, I want to give a huge shout out to B&H for loaning me the standard Studio Display VESA mount. I did buy the XDR with my own money, but I'm going to be returning it.